Hey everybody, this is Lorelia coming to you this evening. I know it's been a while since I did a video, but I thought it was so necessary for me to discuss a topic that I am seeing that is very rampant on the internet. And so before I go into the topic at hand, branding phone numbers and emails, let me first let you know that I am not new to the topic of credit. I'm not new to the topic of personal credit or business credit, and understand that I help real estate investors leverage six figures in funding to be able to invest in real estate. So I know this very well, and not from a theoretical standpoint, but from a standpoint of helping people get results. So let's jump into it. So, we're in a space now where, the topic of business credit is becoming commoditized. And what do I mean by commoditized? Commoditized meaning that everyone, and their mama has a solution, a method, a quick strategy to help you get some type of credit. And I'm here to tell you that that's very subjective, because as I've said in the past, there are some people who can help you get gas cards, business gas cards in your LLC name. And there are people who can help you get vendor trade lines that will report under your business, under your LLC, under your INC, under your S Corp, whatever business structure you decide for that. But let's talk about what it is that people really want. And people really want cash and credit. I get it. It sounds good to say, hey, and it even looks good. Imagine the feeling you get when you get that gas card that comes in the mail, and it is mailed to you, and it has your business LLC. Ooh, it makes you feel good, as well as any other type of retail card that you can get in your business name, even an Amazon business credit card. But going back to what I said in terms of what it is that people really want, they want cash or credit. And so the confusion in the marketplace, and I've seen this in a Facebook group, and I've seen it all over the internet, and it's people telling people that if you don't have a branded telephone number, if you don't have a branded email. Now, let's talk about that. A branded email. A branded email being your name at yourcompany.com. There are many people who say that it is unprofessional to have your name at yahoo.com, your name at gmail.com. And I get it from a business standpoint. It doesn't look too professional to be doing business in the AOL. If there's people out there who still have it, Hotmail, if that still exists, for some people, MSN.com, like I said, Gmail or Yahoo or what have you. I get it. I understand that conversation. But understand, many people are misleading people to believe that if you have a branded phone number. What's a branded phone number? You can get toll-free numbers all over the internet. Google Voice gives you, a phone number. There's other many carriers out there. No need for me to list them. 800-555 your business. Let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, if you feel like your goal at hand is you really want cash or credit, you already have retail cards, you already have your business credit guru who's helped you get the business credit cards, but you're still trying to get to the pinnacle. And the pinnacle is to get access to cash and credit. Branded phone numbers. A lender is not going to make a decision to give you a $50,000 unsecured line of credit. Understand what unsecured is. Unsecured is pretty much Money that is not secured against anything. It's not secured against a business. It's not secured against your home. It's not secured against your car. It's not secured against your primary home. The lender is literally giving you access to five figures in funding: 50,000, 75,000, 80,000. The list goes on, and it's unsecured. But understand that they have a process to make that decision viable to you. And it's not because you have a branded email address and a branded phone number. If you really believe that in 2022, yes, interest rates have been going up, but credit is still cheap. Your ability to leverage credit to build your real estate portfolio, start a business, or what have you, is still possible. Now is the time. And that's a whole nother video of talking about why debt is a strategy to help you build your wealth portfolio, because debt can be written off, and is written off in the form of many ways, taxes being one. So, with that being said, you wanting the ability to have unsecured lines of credit, credit cards, loans, or what have you, term loans, is not going to happen because of a branded email. Is no lender going to say, "Oh wow, okay, this person has a email address and 411. They're registered with the Secretary of State." Don't get me wrong; those things matter, but they're not going to matter to get your loan pushed through to be processed to get you funding. So in 2022, if you're here on YouTube, and I know I'm streaming in a few platforms, but on YouTube, I have been talking about this topic of business credit, the ability to leverage it, business funding, since 2018, before many people were talking about it. And then the topic of credit way before then. But even in 2018, and we're now in 2022, and we have been through COVID, we're now going through a so-called upcoming recession is coming up. And but this is no scare tactic. And interest rates are creeping up. Do you really think in this day and time there are lenders who are willing to get you unsecured funding just because you have a branded email? I'm telling you right now, if you're listening to business credit gurus who are selling you on that, they're selling you on it to confuse you, and it's just going to lead you to slaughter, because it's not possible. And that's why you have people who are chasing their tail. Had a conversation with someone tonight, and they pretty much said, "Oh, well, I guess if I don't have the best, personal credit, I'm not going to get no business credit." And I know it is not a popular thing to say, because everyone is selling you on no EIN, no social security number, all this that's not going to be tied to your no personal guarantee. And they're selling you on that there's a windfall of funding on the other side. And don't get me wrong, it could happen. It can happen. But many people who are looking for that setup or not structured in terms of they can't show that their business is bringing in income. They have no books and records to show that their business is bringing in money, that at least on a monthly basis, 10K or more, 10K being on the low side, preferably 15 or more. They can't prove that. So let me understand this. All you have is an LLC set up, but you can't show that you have brought in any type of revenue. Then what is a lender supposed to do? Because we're talking about unsecured funding, and I don't really think people know the magnitude of what that is, because a lot of people are just saying funding. Everybody's throwing around that term funding, funding, but they don't know what it is. Is it secured? Is it unsecured? Is it unsecured personal? Is it business unsecured? Is it business secured? Because everyone is just saying funding. So it leaves you as the business owner dazed and confused because you don't know what it is. You don't know if you want unsecured, you don't know if you want secured, and you don't know. But let's just talk about what most people are getting. Most people are getting unsecured. And there's not a bank out there. I don't care about people telling you they got a secret lenders list. The credit bureaus, they know what credit bureaus are being pulled at and what all this other stuff. If you don't have the best personal credit, and this is, I know, a hard pill to swallow, but if you don't have the best personal credit, and I get it, best is subjective. Well, what's the magic credit score? And I tell people there's no magic credit score because it's a combination of things. I tell clients it's never the score. It's never the score. I've did videos about this. Your score means nothing because you can have a 700 plus credit score, a 750, people on the road to 750, and they got a thin file. And I tell you right now, take that person who just recently went through credit repair with their thin credit file and their 500 credit limit on Open Sky or First Premier, and that's all they have if they have that, or they cap one at $300, but they're in the 750 club. I got somebody who is at a 680, great credit mix, mortgages, car notes, all paid on time, high credit lines, 8,000 and up, maybe a student loan or two, and they're at a 680. They'll get more funding than that person with the 750 any day of the week. And that, my friend, is what your gurus aren't telling you. They're not telling you about credit mix. And that is what matters, not score. That's why you have people who are saying, I have a 700 score. I don't understand why I can't get no funding. My score is 700. Why? Because you have a very thin file. A thin file. You cannot compete with a person with a 20-year, 15-year history, or even larger than that. And they have a good credit mix and they're only at 680. But someone is telling you that you're going to get some business credit and some business funding where you ain't got to do a PG, you don't need a social, you don't need an EIN. And if you believe that, I could sell you the Brooklyn Bridge too while you're at it. It doesn't exist. And now is not the time with all the opportunities to be dazzled by things that sound good. And that's really where we're at. There's so many people telling people things that sound good. I'm going to help you, get a branded email, a branded phone number. You're going to be in 411. It's going to look like you got a physical address. And and don't get me wrong, they can help you get something, but it's not going to be six figures. So they're going to help you with something, but we all know that something is subjective. And then you come to someone like me, and then you're looking sideways like, how is it that the people that she's working with are getting these funding approvals and these funding approvals? And it's nothing illegal. It's nothing on this channel that I got to backtrack and be fearful that I may go to jail because it's something that I said that's illegal. Nothing. So I know I've been here for 15 minutes, but It was on, I felt like it had to be said because I said in 2022, are people really still falling for this? Because people say it so proud and boastful, like, oh, let me, let me tell you the big secret. And I'm like, people falling for this? In 2022, there are people who still believe that all they need is a branded email and a phone number, and they're going to get some funding. Now, what you may get is a $500 credit card or 1,000, but you're not going to get nothing big. And I get it, big is subjective. So that's all I have for you. That's really all that I have. It's something I had to talk about. Going to be doing more of a in-depth conversation about this whole funding space, and in terms of how it really works in regards to real estate. Because what I've noticed is that people who will look like us, what is keeping us from the funding piece is we don't know the right questions to ask. We think we know, but we don't know. And I really believe that that is the reason why many of us are really not getting the results that we want. We're not getting the funding approvals we want. It's because we're just not knowing the right questions to ask and really how to be in position to maximize the best money that's not going to land you in jail. Something that you can pass on, to your children. So once again, this is Lorelia. If you want to learn more about me, if you're new to my channel, everything, links and websites are all below here. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will talk to you in the next video.